why do we do that? Why do we put ourselves in such situations? Oh my gosh, why do we do that? Why don't we learn? I'm genuinely curious. Why does history always repeat itself? We know driving without a seatbelt is dangerous, yet we still do it. Even though we've seen people have horrible deaths that could have been easily avoided had they worn their seatbelts. And yet we still don't wear the seatbelts. We know texting and driving is a dangerous game, and yet we still do it. Like, we still somehow believe, yeah, I can get away with it. I'm a good driver. I can text and drive at the same time. But baby, this is not about you showing off right now. Your life and everyone else's lives are at stake here. If you were the only person on the road, sure, do whatever you want, but you're not the only person on the road. You need to think about everyone else that's there, right? It's unfair for my life to end so carelessly because of your negligence. Those types of deaths are really painful and hard to grieve through. They're hard to grieve through because if only that person just wore their seatbelt, if only they just followed the rules. Rules are there for a reason, guys. They're not there for decoration. You're not an idiot for wearing your seatbelt. You're not an idiot for following the rules. Even if they call you a nerd or Miss Goody Two Shoes, so what? You're doing what's right. Let's make doing what's ethical and what's respectful cool again. Let's make respect and dignity cool again. Let's make it cool. We can do whatever we want. We can create any trend that we want in the world. We are that powerful. But we use it for the wrong things, and we put that energy in the wrong things. And it needs to change. Like, why do you cheat when you know exactly what's going to happen? Whether you cheat in a test or you cheat in a relationship, it becomes a habit. And you feel like, no, I'm not going to do it again. You're going to do it again. We know the phrase, how you lose them, like how you get them is how you lose them. So if you're in a relationship that stemmed from cheating, guess what? You can't expect that same partner to be faithful to you, knowing that they were with you while they were supposed to be faithful to their other partner. I mean, we all know this, but why do we still keep doing the wrong things when we know they're not going to end well? Like, do we do it for the thrill of it, or are we just that delusional that we feel like we can get away with it? We know that nothing that happens in the dark will stay in the dark. It is going to eventually come into the light, eventually. And are you willing to handle the consequences of that? Are you willing to handle the consequences of that happening? Honestly, that's why I'm not really so forgiving when it comes to mistakes that people make. Oh, my mistake. Because there are a lot of things that in this time and age should not even be a mistake. It's just a choice that you decided to make, and I don't tolerate that. You can't say, I cheated, it was a mistake, I'm sorry. No, it wasn't a mistake. It was a choice that you made, that you thought you were not going to get caught, but you did. Now you're going to act like you accidentally cheated. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I mean, seriously. I just don't get how we honestly just keep making the same mistakes over and over again. Why don't we ever learn? We know taking shortcuts is not gonna end well. We know that for a fact. So why do we still want to take shortcuts in life? Like, why are we so careless with ourselves? It just makes no sense to me. For those who want to attempt on drugs, you see what happened to Steve. I mean, you see what happened to Steve. You're looking at him right there, and like, he's sitting right there, and you see the consequences of his actions, and you still think, nah, I'm not gonna get addicted to it. Jay, like, I don't understand how we keep making the same mistakes in life. Really. You know that cramming the day before the exam is not going to work. Why do you keep doing that? Like, why don't we ever learn? Why is it so hard for us to learn from our mistakes and even learn from other people's mistakes? Baby girl, it doesn't matter how much you love that man, do not send him those pictures. And you know which ones I'm talking about. I don't care if he swore to God, to the heavens or the earth, and has sworn his love for you. Do not send. You know exactly what's going to happen after that. Like, please always think about the consequences of every action or decision that you make, and ask yourself truly, am I able to handle the consequences of that? Because it is crazy how in this day and age there are still all these tapes leaking out from children at school, and these girls will be crying saying, I didn't expect him to do that, he said he loved me. Baby, we've seen this happen with a lot of other people. What makes you think it's going to be different for you? Protect yourself. And if they really do love you, they wouldn't ask you to do that. If they really respected you, they wouldn't ask you for such things. They wouldn't. Baby, they would not. They're doing that so that they can blackmail you into getting whatever they want from you. Why do we keep putting ourselves in these situations? If they put their hands on you once, baby, 9 times out of 10 they've done it before to someone else, and they're gonna do it again. You know, mixing alcohol drinks is gonna have a detrimental effect to your health, yet you still do it. You know that when you're drinking, do not be around water, do not swim while you're intoxicated. But you still want to try that. You still want to risk your life and do that. Like, do you not love yourself? Do you not care about yourself enough to avoid those situations? You know exactly what's going to happen. You know where this road leads, but you still want to take it. Is it worth it? Because if it is, then it's okay. If it is worth it for you, then baby, I've said all I needed to say. There's nothing else I can say to change your mind. If you think it's worth it, then sure, go ahead. But I really need you to think things through. Think about the consequences of your actions. Because trust me, there is a better way. There is always a better way. There is always another way. Don't think you're all out of options and then you choose the worst of them all. You're just used to believing the worst than you are in believing the best. It's easier for you, it's more comfortable for you, it's safer for you because it's predictable. But you're going to hate yourself at the end of the day. And it all comes down to the question, how much do you love and respect and value yourself? That's all it comes down to at the end of the day. We need to start learning from our mistakes. And other times, God is so graceful that he lets us learn from other people's mistakes instead of us having to go through that and learning the hard way. We watch other people learn the hard way. So we do want to try mixing all these drinks and and take all these shots because, yeah, I don't want to get easily drunk. And next thing you know, you're in Timbuktu and you don't even know how you got there. Like, if you know what's gonna happen, don't do it. Like, why do we do that? Why do we put ourselves in such situations? Oh my gosh, why do we do that? Like, that's just something I don't understand about human beings. I genuinely don't understand. Like, why do we do that? Why do we put ourselves in these situations? Please, let's just start learning from our mistakes. Plus, you've heard every other girl say, wait. Don't rush to let go of your virginity. Wait. Because I've seen girls who don't even regret losing it at the age that they did or with the partner that they lost it to. But even after all of that, they still say, if I could go back, I would have waited. If this man doesn't respect you now, he never will. And you can't stop standing up for them and saying, oh, they were just drunk. Baby, run. Get out of there. Get out of there. It's only hard because you say it's hard. It doesn't have to be.